Hi, everybody. We are live. It is Tuesday night gun chat with Alaskan Ballistics. Sorry, I was going to be a little earlier, but I took a nap and I woke up and I was like, oh, it's time to start. Give me a few minutes. And then I woke up and I put out some stuff there. It's all good. All right. We got some people in the chat already. Make sure you say hi in the chat. I like to shout the chat out for a little bit and say who's here and who's not here and all that jazz. So make sure you do that. If you haven't seen one of these before, it is just your questions about guns, firearms, hunting, Alaska, politics, whatever it is. And if you haven't, so if you haven't seen one of these before, that's what it is. And um, just ask your questions. I give you my answers. They're worth exactly what you paid for it, and that's that. So make sure you get your comment in the chat. Don't forget to go over to our arms directory page. That's where all the good stuff is. I can't share the good stuff on YouTube, so that's where all the good stuff is Arms Directory. It's a great little site. They don't pay me to be anything on there. Also, if y'all could all do me a favor and go to my Twitter X feed, they're not letting me follow anyone else until I get more followers on Twitter X. Naturally, get more followers because I was following people and they'd follow me back, and then I'd have like a good amount of followers. So, but they think I'm either a fraud or spamming the app, which I do put a lot of deals on there, but I'm still a real person. So go to Twitter X or X and go to it's at AK Ballistics. So um, let's uh, let's talk about that kind of stuff and go over there, and that's where you can find a lot of my deals, and I post a lot of the stuff as well. Another thing that is happening lately, YouTube has not been sharing my shorts. They have basically been like the last two shorts have been 200 views and the 400 views, and the shorts before that were like 3,000 views. All right, and it's really weird. So I'm pretty sure I'm being shadow banned, but that's why I didn't share a short today because I got about if you're on my Patreon, you've seen them all already. Like in fact, I still got a couple more to edit for the shorts. I have like 9 shorts ready to go, and they're uploaded and everything. But like, I can't release them to the public if YouTube is going to do crap like that, which is just awful. So part of it is I may have released them like 30 minutes too late in the day or an hour too late in the day, but that's that. So I'm going to put the link to my latest short up on the, let's see, yeah, up on the thing here. Where is it at? Yeah, here we go. I'm going to put the link to this in the chat. So make sure you get over to the chat and um, there's that. Um, so hopefully everybody can see that and get over there and share the short. Share it with your friends, stuff like that. I get it; it's not as popular as some things, but like generally speaking, when I release a short, it'll go up to 1,000 views overnight. And lately, they've just been hammering me on the shadow ban. So make sure y'all try to do that. Do you try to upload based on Eastern time? Yes, I do. Because if I uploaded it or if I release it at 3, 4, 5 o'clock here, um, then I probably get some people at Eastern time as they go to bed. But if I release it at 6, 6:30, 7 here, I don't get any Eastern time before they go to bed. So I do realize that that's part important, and yes, I do try to do that. All right. So anyway, that's the latest short, and there's another one. The short before this was it's only barely getting to 500 views here. Um, it's at 4.99 actually, and it was just chronographing some stuff. Also, they haven't been sharing the thumbnails I made on the shorts. So, for example, you can only make a thumbnail on the short that's on the short. So I'll move the camera video over, and there it is. And so I'm like, okay, I want that to be the thing on the short. So I'm gonna try some more of that. All right, let's get started here. And Don't forget to join our AD page. That's where all the good stuff is, and our Twitter X. All right, make sure you're joining the Twitter X because they're not letting me. They're not letting me follow more people until I get more followers. Yeah, because I mean they are just as they're not just as restrictive as YouTube, but they are just as free speech restricting. Twitter X is. Yeah, it really is. Like it's going downhill. Sorry, Elon. All right. What's up, Joshua Christensen? All right, and we have the last one, Andy and Hotep, of course, for the first people to get here and say something. Justin Pearman, glad you're here. Clay from Auburn, Alabama. How you doing, Clay? I used to drive through Auburn. I used to hunt. I used to go to Auburn a lot and shop when I lived in LaGrange, Georgia. So, um, I'm assuming you're a Tigers fan, or because if you weren't, if you were a Bama fan, you wouldn't admit you're from Auburn, like just the way it is. What's up, Hunter Kirk from North Idaho? Kick the chat off. Is there really such a thing as breaking in the barrel? Yes. Yes, there is. So it removes imperfections in the barrel because there's always a little bit of imperfections, and the bullet removes it, and then you clean it, and that actually does it. Um, I I tell you this: go buy a cheap new rifle that everybody says shoots well, and do it. I bought a Remington 700. Awful. It's now my 7 mag. It was awful on feeding. Like it wouldn't feed. But man, with that barrel and group, man, it would group. I spent all day shoot clean, shoot clean, shoot clean, all day in 28 degrees, shoot cleaning that thing, breaking in that barrel. And, now I've gotten some groups that were under point 0.4, and that's just a $300 Black Friday special from several years back before COVID. $350 Black Friday special, and it's a 7mm rim mag, that you see today on the channel. So there's that. So yes, I believe in breaking in the barrel. I did not believe in it before a guy challenged me to do it. So my challenge to you, Hotep, if you don't believe in it, go get a cheap rifle and do it, and see how much faster you start getting good groups. The very next time I went to the range, wasn't hand loading at the time. 3 out of 4 factory ammunitions, right there in the center hole. It was just awesome. What's up, Luminous Dave? Do you know 3838 ARC? Yes, I know about it. So we'll see how it goes. So, yep. There you go. Go over to Twitter X and go follow me there. Like I said. What's up, David Posey? How you doing, brother? I'm not gonna make it to Tennessee this year. I went and checked on my credit card miles, and they still want $850 for a ticket with my 35,000 miles. And so my answer to that is quite profane. I don't want to put it on the channel. All right. What's up, Clay P? Nosler's come out with deer specific ammo, Nosler Whitetail Country. Yep, it's Nosler. It's Nosler basically soft points. They're not bonded, I don't think. So you want to go heavy for caliber. Heavy and slow is the way to go. Yeah, I mean if they work in your gun, great. Go do it. I would not try to do that. I would not try non-bonded soft points or non-bonded ballistic tips anymore. Although I have to say on ELDX, I might be eating my words. Y'all have to watch the video. I still don't like it. I think one time out of like 18 different tries is not good. 308, baby. What's up? Yep, 308 is awesome. All right. I bought a Ruger Red Hawk in 41 Magnum with a 7.5-inch barrel, and I saw a review on YouTube saying the caliber is in between the 10mm 40 for Magnum. Is that true or no? Okay, so yes, it is true. No, it is nowhere close to the 10mm Magnum. It's way closer to the 44. I've got a video, 10mm versus 41 Magnum. Go look it up. In most powerful loads, the 41 Magnum gets close to double what the 10mm Magnum, the 10mm does. There is a 10mm Magnum, excuse me. So that is a great question. I appreciate that, but go look at that video. Go look it up. 10mm versus 41 Magnum, and they're just not equal. I've even heard Iraq veteran 88 say that they were equal. Where it gets that reputation is the old 41 Magnum police load that Smith & Wesson used to, when the police carried 41 Magnums back in the 50s or 60s or 70s or something like that, revolvers. that police load was very similar to 10 millimeter because it was watered down. But if you have a true 41 Magnum, so you know what's going on there. They watered that down. But if you have a true 41 Magnum load, can't even do that. So there's my shorts. Make sure you go in there and check those out. What's up, Ken? How you doing, brother? Man, I still haven't loaded your bullets yet. I've been cleaning my reloading room rather than loading. So yeah, I really follow 7,000 people. There you go. I am a subscriber, but I do not get notifications for live chats. Well, first of all, every Tuesday evening. Second of all, make sure that bell is rung. And when you hit the bell, make sure that it says all notifications. So there you go. RTR. I'm not sure what RTR means. So please tell me what it means. I'm not up with the lingo you cool young guys are. So wash your shorts. I just saw your sweet 22-250. Thanks. I'm hoping that that suppressor actually adds some accuracy. I've noticed that the anechoics adds accuracy. So, oh yeah, yeah, stay strong. Yeah, I understand. I understand totally. I'm just asking for some help because I know eventually it's an algorithm, and eventually I can beat the algorithm. So it is pretty good. Brother-in-law tried to reload 10 millimeter. His full metal jacket and hollow point reload worked fine. His hard cast partially blow up his Glock. There you go. Well, yeah, you're not supposed to use cast bullets in the Glock anyway. Um, yeah, you shouldn't be pushing it that hard. Yep, I get it. Thoughts versus fast twist barrels on older cartridges versus new cartridges, such as 7 millimeter ring map versus 7 millimeter PRC. If you put a fast twitch barrel of the same length on 7 millimeter rim mag and 7 millimeter PRC, you're gonna get more velocity out of the rim mag. And so if you want it to do what the PRC does, that's that. Now there is one advantage to the PRC line, and it's a significant one. Let me try to explain this. Let's see, what is this here? Okay, got a 300 Win Mag cartridge here, and let's get that out of the way. I'm gonna have to turn this down a little bit, I think. Okay, got a 300 Win Mag casing. It's ready to reloaded. Now, 300 Win Mag versus 300 PRC. Same is true in 7 millimeter rim mag, not to the extent, but it's still true. The top of the case right here is 0.308 inches in diameter. The neck where he meets the shoulder is 0.315 inches inside diameter, and that's a 300 Win Mag. Everything that's a 30 caliber is similar. 308, 30-06, they all have something similar. It's not 308 all the way down. The PRC and the 7 millimeter PRC, the 6.5 Creedmoor, all of that, it's all the same all the way down the neck till you get to the shoulders. And that's why the caliber tends to be so accurate. Is not that you can't get accuracy in the other old calibers, but you can, like, my 6.5 Creedmoor has like 8 or 9 different loads that it's half MOA with. Half MOA with. Find a rifle in one of the old cartridges that's going to do that in 8 or 9 different loads. You know, so I'm not saying that the old cartridges aren't good. They're great. Just letting you know, kind of where I'm thinking there. So that there is that one significant advantage in neck tension that the newer cartridges have over the old cartridge. So that's that. Great question. 6 millimeter Creedmoor is already faster than 243 in the same bullet. So I don't see why you would buy a 243 with a fast twist when 6 millimeter Creedmoor is already 100 feet per second faster. Like it's legitly faster. 6.5 Creedmoor is 100 feet per slower than 260 Remington. You know, but it's 100 feet per second faster than factory loaded 6.5 by 55 Swede because of the older rifles. Yep, some barrels also like a fouling shot. Some do. Yes, absolutely. I carry 180 grain Buffalo Bore hardcast in my 6-inch barrel. Um, I carry that. I love it. I would much rather have 10 millimeter because even though those buffalo bore are more powerful than 10 millimeter, the 10 millimeter buffalo bore actually penetrates deeper, and so that is what it is. No, I don't have a 10 millimeter Magnum. That is a rare cartridge. There is a 10 millimeter Magnum cartridge. I'd much rather get a 400 Legend today. Anyway, just get a 10 millimeter bullet in a rifle cartridge. So, would 9 millimeter out of a PC be enough to kill a deer within 50 yards? Absolutely. Just make sure out of a pistol caliber carbine, just make sure that you can hit where you want to aim at 50 yards. I would say use 90 grain Underwood Extreme Defenders and put it right there. You'll have that Extreme Defender twist and circle and cut in action going right through the neck. Absolutely. If you use a hollow point that opens really quickly, you may not penetrate the neck. I've not penetrated a deer standing right over it with a 45 and a 9 millimeter once. So I've gone to deeper penetrating bullets. I think you'd be better with extreme penetrator or extreme defenders out of that. So thanks, AD. I appreciate that. I do not have a 327 Federal Magnum. I just don't see the point. It's one of those like it's cool and I appreciate it, but yeah, there we go. What's up, Jim Stoffel? All right. Thanks again, AD. I appreciate it. All right, Anonymous F, hit the thumbs up. 41 mag is great. 41 special loads are fun too, I bet. All right, Miller. How you doing? Hey, how's it going? Love to watch your channel. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Miller. Oh, he seated the bullet too deep. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll blow it up. My algorithms have been about the elections. Yeah, I don't even do that. Clay P, roll tide roll. If you were wondering if I was an Auburn fan, I get it. I should know that. I should know that. I should know that. Being from the South, I should know that. I apologize. Please don't have your ancestors come out of the grave and get me tonight. But yeah. Anyway, go Vols. Go Vols, buddy. Our muzzleloader season is about to open. Do y'all have a separate for them? There are special hunts you can get a drawn tag for, but there's not separate seasons. You got to remember all of the major seasons are August and September. After August and September, everything's pretty much done. There's some seasons after that. There's some special draw tags if you got a snow machine, you want to go out somewhere and get something. That is what it is. Down here, we can hunt with a 35 Whelen for primitive season. Nothing primitive about 35 Whelen. Are you in Mississippi, Anonymous F? Because I remember when I lived in Mississippi, you could hunt with 45-70. Anything that was a gun designed before 1900 and a caliber designed before 1900, you could use in the Mississippi season. So I was just wondering um, if you're in Mississippi there. Uh, Mixed reviews, mixed bag. If you're using a really slow and heavy FTX, like in 45-70, they're not terrible. But even Chuk said though they opened up too quickly on his black bear one time. So I would say to be honest with you, I would flex tip X, you know, XT. They're essentially an XTP with a flex tip in it. I mean, they're okay. I do not I do not know about Edison Motors. No. How does the two s- how does that 270 that Weatherby was showing stack up against 308 and 65 Creedmoor? You mean the channel reloading Weatherby? Because I haven't seen it yet. The only bad thing about the new magazines is you can't get the main powder for them, which is reloaded 26. That is absolutely right, true, and correct. He gets a star. You get a gold star. I don't know if you can see that on YouTube or not, but I starred your comment. Hey Chuck, thinking about getting a 375 rigger, saw your GMX and soft point videos. Uh, if I'm gonna do a 300 grain Accubon, there you go. Yeah, North Fork would be great. Those North Fork bullets are great. I need to do some more of those. Um, Federal makes a hard cast in their Syntec line that you could use in a Glock, but I haven't looked into it much. Yeah, I've got actually a couple of boxes of them stacked upstairs to try. What's up, Warren Ambrose? How you doing? Is 45 ACP plus P hardcast enough for bear defense out west? Yes, yes it is. Wouldn't be my first choice, but yes it'll do it. If I were gonna go 45 ACP, Spear Lawman makes a flat nose total metal jacket bonded in factory ammo. A 50 round box, it'll be $50 these days or 60, who knows these days. But it's in the 200 grain plus P, and it's a bonded flat nose full metal jacket. That thing will penetrate like the Dickens, man. I have some. I think it went through a watermelon and into the fifth water jug on one of my old early videos. So look it up. That would be my choice for plus P, but it is what it is. So in fact, I carried that load a lot. Carried that load a lot before I started the channel because that's all I had was a Glock 21 and a Glock 30 from coming up here. So 375 Ruger or 338 Win for a short barrel bear defense gun, 20 to 22 inches. 375 Ruger, 100%. Because you'll in a 20-inch barrel, you'll get the same ballistics as 375 H&H in a 24 or 26-inch barrel. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like it's that good. 375 Ruger. Yeah, not even close. And now, if you're going short barrel bear defense only, why would you not get a lever action 4570, or for that matter, a semi-automatic 338 Federal? You know, like get you a 338 Federal on an AR-10. Like, unless you're in Canada, like I don't see why you wouldn't get a semi-automatic, even in 308, which is nowhere near the cartridge as what you're talking about. But you get 20 rounds. They're faster. They're follow up. You get loaded with some 150 grain TTSX. Man, you can get some really, really good bear defense on that. So is what it is. My daughter went on a run this afternoon. Her car was broken into, wallet stolen, fraudulent attempts to charge stuff on credit card, the whole usual criminal crap. We've been talking about getting her a gun. Yeah, well, she also needs to carry that gun with her. That gun would have been stolen if the car was broken into. Here in Alaska, that's a big thing at the parks. People will break in. And they will break into cars there. She's small and lives alone. Recommendations. Well, for the house, she needs to have a place where she can lock them up, where it won't get stolen as easily. Not one of these crap boxes, but something in the wall or something like that. Um, so I would say there's that first. Do that first. So in the house, she should have a 20 gauge. She, sh- I mean, for in the house, she should have a long gun. I mean, so she needs a 20 gauge. If she's very small, get her a youth model 20 gauge. And don't ever look back. That's a great one. Get her an AR-15 and load it with 60 grain VMAX or 62 grain Barnes or something like that. Um, so do that. So kind of is what it is. In fact, I'm sitting the computer on top of a box because I haven't got that desk in here yet. It's on top of my whole case of hand loads of 60 grain VMAX. Um, so there's that. But for herself, self defense and a pistol, you need to be thinking about a. Let's see, what's the right thing to think about here? I would say take her to the gun store and see which one she likes the feel of it in her hand. Is it comfortable? That kind of thing. Now, feeling in the hand doesn't necessarily mean the best gun for her, but it sure is a long way of getting her to go shoot it. Because if she doesn't like the way it feels, she's not going to go shoot it. So, been debating on a 300 blackout firearm. Don't debate, get it. But you don't need to get the FTX. There are a lot of good bullets in the firearm there. So, all right. Would you run solid bullets for bear defense or go with a good quality controlled expansion? It depends on what I'm running. But in my 308, I got 25 rounds of good quality controlled expansion. Yeah, I'm gonna run that. In 4570, where I want penetration, I'm gonna run that as well. Like I'm gonna run hardcast or maybe a couple of the extreme penetrators, depending on what's more accurate out of my 4570. Right now, my 4570's been relegated to non-bear defense mode and just running subsonics. So there's that. I've used XTP bullets in 357 Magnum and 10 millimeter on deer, and they worked very well. I'm not too sure about them in 9 millimeter. Yeah, yeah, you'd have to have a really fast 9 millimeter bullet, so to get them to open up. I do not have a 338 Federal AR-10. 375 Ruger for sure. It's the Moose guy. Yeah. Does this look like it's perfectly on my head? There we go. All right. What's up, David Martin from South Dakota? I'm in Canada. Okay, so no AR-10s for you. I would go for purely bear defense. I would go lever action 4570 over a bolt gun any day of the week. Not even close. Um, Bolt gun, I would go 375 Ruger over 338. That's what you were asking. So there you go. 375. I've got several different outside the waistband holsters. I recommend you can get discount code Alaska. And I don't get anything from it, but just in case, leather holsters for an outside the waistband. So yeah, just in case. But you can get discount code Alaskan for um, just in case holsters. Challenges are better. Why do the three win mag still has the belt other than for appearances? Um, that's because I think they all still headspace on the belt. That's why all those old cartridges. So and they wouldn't fit the chamber correctly without it. So get her a 375 Ruger. That'll take care of our problems. That will take care of our problems. Best handgun for a small woman. She's maybe 5 foot, 100 pounds. Uh, yeah. I mean, Sig P365, Glock 43X, or 43. Just yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, little small ones. Biggest thing is take her shooting and figure it out. Like I don't know her. Like she could be 100 pounds soaking wet and want to shoot the 44 Magnum and then get the recoil and go, whoa, that was cool, and shoot it again. Or she could have been like, or she could shoot at 22 and get bothered by the noise. Like I really don't know her. So you know her. Take her to a gun shop. Let her try some small guns at first. Let her try some big shops. Take her to one of those gun ranges that rents out the guns and let her try some. One of those indoor ranges that rents out the guns and let her try some. That's the best thing I can do. Yep, there you go. I mean, you're answering your own question there. I mean, I would say look at a Sig P365, Glock 43X. My wife likes the grip on the Beretta APX A1 or APX. We have an APX. We don't have the A1 version, but she likes the grip on it in the Centurion model. So it's all about that. So I mean, you're answering your own question here. Like I would love to tell you, yes, go get her this gun, but that's just not the way reality works. So I hope if she wants a small handgun, but she needs a 20 gauge or an AR-15 for the house and a handgun for on her, right? And then a hunting rifle. Everybody needs at least those three guns. You need something for home defense, something for hunting, and something for uh, self defense outside the home. So yeah, 9 millimeter is always better than 380 ACP. Make sure the gun range has plenty of handguns to rent. There you go. I would say that is probably the case, but I'm colorblind and I'm not the person to ask. AD, I appreciate you though. Green dot. Anybody else experience that? Vance, check out a Prophet River out of Alberta. Great selection. Just built a 9.3 by 62 with a Leopold VX3 HD. Good for a bear and elk camoose. There you go. 300 blackout Barnes Vortex 110 grain tack. Would this be better? Yes, that is a great load for 300 blackout. Absolutely. Um, yeah, there's that 4570 Derringer. Yeah, if you miss them, you're gonna burn them to death with all the umber and powder. Yeah, Smith& Wesson Shield, Kimber Micro, Glock 43, 42, Ruger Security 380. I wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't go to a 380. I wouldn't go that low. 9 millimeters is the lowest I would recommend. But is the Rusty Krager? What's the better rifle to buy now? Better rifle for what? Like that's you know if you're looking for an AR-15, you still get Wilson Combat, Knight's Armory. What is it? LWRC, but those are the better rifles. But if you're talking about like a bolt action hunting gun, Bergara, affordable. Bergara, Fiocchi has that new one that's good. There's a lot of them out there. So I have a 9.3 by 62, 375 Ruger is 9.5 by 66. About 300 feet per second faster with 300 grain bullets. That's why I'm thinking about getting one. But I'm sure my 9.3 by 62 would be fine for bear defense. Yes, it would be. 5 + 5 rounds instead of 3 in the mag. There you go. I would recommend trying. I had good accuracy with both stay ball and super performance, but what it took was me getting a bullet comparator, and because my gun would shoot the factory ammunition really well in the Barnes 127 grain LRX, but it wouldn't shoot any of my hand loads. I had to get the bullet comparator and compare where the OJI was and match them up, and it shot nearly half an inch with stay ball 6.5 and just under half an inch. And these are around 28.50, both of them, with super performance. So I didn't actually put that on the channel. I should have. What's up, Bullets for Bucks? Come on in, brother. I gave you a link. So yeah, yeah, there you go. That's the powders I would recommend: stay ball 6.5 and super performance. You might also try um, H4350 was not good for me in accuracy. Varget was not good for me in accuracy. Um, those, those are some ones to try. That's what I can say. What's that? Paul Pelosi hammer gets life, no parole on state charges. Yikes. What's up, Buster Base? How you doing, brother? Texas professor. You've already coming in from Central Texas. There we go. I got a green dot in a bright neon, and I don't lose the dot when I'm in the foliage. There you go. Luminous Dave out there in Alaska, it's the foliage is different too. It's not pure green like it is a lot of places like in the south and stuff. But of course, it is in the summer. It's more green than anything else. But there you go. All right. Okay, thanks for getting my comments. As I was thinking about what to act next, you confirmed what I was planning by renting handguns. Yep. You're welcome, brother. Yeah. Let me know what she decides. Not what you decide, what she decides. If you decide, then there's a problem. She'll never carry it. Any experience with the Silencer Central Buck 30 suppressor? No, they have not sent me one, and I probably will not get sent one. I do like I have 3 suppressors right now. I have the Silencer Co. Hybrid 46, which I bought. I have a Rebel 22 can, which I bought. And then Anechoic sent me their suppressor. It's spelled um, Anechoic. Anechoic is how it's spelled, but it's that. I've got a whole live stream with them over on Rumble because you're not allowed to show on that, and that's just the box. The can is on a gun. All right, at least for any YouTube people that are watching. So there's that. Um, those are the ones I have. I like them all. They all have their purpose. I would say that my Silencer Co 46 is the quietest. This is the Anechoic is much lighter and much even toned. You don't have as much of a first round pop, if any. So there's all that jazz to get there. So kind of is what it is. Leonard Henry, 7mm weight. 7mm weight is a great cartridge. I love it. The question now: a bolt action 300 black or a semi-auto 300 black? Well, the question is, what are you going to use it for? I mean, if it's a home defense gun, you obviously get a semi-automatic 300 blackout, and you get something in an 11 to 10 inch range, right? Um, 8 to 10 inch range. Um, because you don't need all that barrel length for 300 blackout subsonics. But kind of like I said, it is what it is. So if you use a bolt action, you're trying to use for hunting, trying to outsmart smart other people in the woods so they don't hear you where you're coming from and shooting. There you go. I used H4350 and Stable 6.5 and my wife 6.5 Creedmoor 130 grain Acumons. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's get those likes up. Yep. I can't even see the number of likes on StreamYard here. I probably could if I had my phone out, but my phone's upstairs charging. So, stay ball, better speed. Okay. And I will say this: stay ball 6.5 does not kick. Like, there's no recoil with that powder. I'm like, it's already a 6.5 Creedmoor, so there's already no recoil, but still. All right. Taking 375 Ruger with Hornady 300 grain DGX after spot stalking no guy on the Mexican border this week. There you go. Cool. All right. Let me know how that goes, and when can I go do that with you? Can, do you have private property where I can just go do that with you? That'd be kind of cool. All right. Howdy, folks. Hello, MCK, Bullets for Bucks, and everyone. Do you have a favorite 10 millimeter handgun? Thinking Sig carry comp at Alaska Ballistics. Um, yes, I do, and mine is the Glock Model 40, the long slide Glock. I'm not a big fan of the 20, the 29 I carry all the time. I do like the Springfield 3.8 better than the 29. I just already had a 29, and I'm not going to go buy a 3.8 and trade it in and all that jazz. So yeah, I have a favorite 10 millimeter handgun. I mean, I have my CMG Banshee too, which is a pistol braced gun. That counts too. Yeah, I love my CMG Banshee. But as far as one to carry on me, it's the Glock Model 40 10 millimeter. I love that gun, and that gun is just awesome. Like I love it. So kind of is what it is. Um, Long slide takes out the recoil. So uh, my I might get me another one because my wife has permanently borrowed that gun. That's her walk around the neighborhood gun because we have bears in our neighborhood and rude HOA presidents and all that kind of rabid stuff in the neighborhood. Moose could stomp you, an HOA president can stomp you, bear can stomp you. You know, it's all that. So I have an AR-7 breakdown for Varmin. Never went wrong with the CCI Veloster 22 LR. There you go, brother. It's good. Hunting. E-rifle, e-files coming back pretty quick. 13 business days. JDog 54874. It took you 13 business days. This one, the anechoic, a few weeks, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now, 36 hours, brother. 36 hours. 13 business days is terrible. I mean, no, I mean we used to wait 17 months, I know, I get it. This one from the final paperwork, less than 72 hours. It's a Silence Go Hybrid 46. So, all right, and those are just the boxes, YouTube, in case you're wondering. All right. At least that's what I'm going to say to any YouTube people that are watching, thinking I'm showing guns or anything. I'm not. So yeah, but yeah, E-Files is coming back pretty quick. So I looked at the 45 model since I doubt Rugged is going to drop the fixed mounts for 1116 by 24 for the Marlin. Yep, there you go. I was pretty lucky. My Henry has a 5/8 by 24 mount. So I thought that was pretty lucky. So would you recommend a compensator on 10 millimeter pistol? Um If the recoil bothers you, yes. If the recoil doesn't bother you, no. All right. Look at the 45 anechoic since I doubt Rugged is going to drop the fixed mount for the 11 by 26, 1116 by 24 for the Marlin. Yeah, there you go. If you're looking at the anechoic, use discount code Alaskan. You can get 15% off of it. So I'm shamelessly plugging there. I don't care. All right. It's a capitalist nation for now. Never been a 10 millimeter I didn't like. I have four. There you go. Yeah, they are nice to shoot. They are fun to shoot. They're the only Glock that's like I mean, Glocks feel like a brick in your hand. They're awful, but they work. And that's the Glock I trust the most in my life. So first can for me, a Dead Air Nomad 30. Cool. You have to wait a whole year for your suppressor. Who does? Yep. All right. Oh well, look at this. I'm catching up to the chat. Does everyone in here consider it easier to track game in the snow than not? Yes, yes, it is much easier to track game in the snow. Of course, the only game I've ever tracked in the snow, this is kind of embarrassing. The only game I've ever tracked in the snow was a grouse here. I shot it with a 17 HMR. My 17 HMR only liked the CCI full metal jackets. It did not like any of the expanding bullets. So I shot it through the body, and that bullet just zipped right through it at 2600. It fell down, jumped up, and started running off, and I had to track that thing through the snow. Yeah, that's only a grouse. A grouse. A freaking spruce grouse. Not even the good one, the rough grouse. So that is what it is. That's a good point. 80, it is until the snow gets hip deep. Yep, with blood. Yeah. So, had. You used to have to wait a whole year for a suppressor, and I waited. Oh gosh, it was 13 months for that suppressor. No, no, it was more like 11 months for that 22 suppressor. But I think I'm gonna go buy the anechoic 22 suppressor because it's so lightweight it won't affect a lot of the zero on my rifles. Um, I will say this: once you zero it with the anechoic because of the titanium, it'll be a lot more on zero. Return to zero is minimal, but you do have to zero with it first. Man who dances with grouse. Oh man, suppressors can handle hot loads. Yeah, yes and no. Okay. Now, this anechoic is rated up to a 458 Winchester Magnum. Yes, it can handle hot loads. Okay. Howsoever, all suppressors add back pressure, even the flow through one. Now, it doesn't add as much back pressure as a non flow through one, but it still adds back pressure. My 150 grain TTSX rounds that I did a video on a few weeks ago, those 150 grain TTSX rounds, they are just crazy going. They're 18-inch barrel and they're going 2890. And I'm not even at max charge in the Barnes manual. So I'm not. It's not like I'm trying to just push them and go super fast and do all this stuff. I'm not even at max charge. Guess what? They were starting to blow primers with the suppressor on, but they don't do it with the suppressor off. So I will have to back down my 308 load if I keep the suppressor on that gun. So even on a bolt action, I would imagine they would do the same thing because there's more pressure in a bolt action. You remember the gas tube and the action opening relieves pressure on a on a semi-auto. That's what it does with the bolt opening. It relieves pressure. Right. If you have an overpressured round, some of the pressure will come back out that opening. So yeah, I think it would. What's up, Daniel Ravenstar? How you doing? I do not. I don't hunt deer anymore, but I do not keep any of those. Some people do. It's up to you. I'm an early season type, but I don't see why it wouldn't be easier. Not that we get any snow in Georgia. I haven't seen any in about 7 years. There you go, brother. Looking to get first suppressor. Thinking 22 suggestions. I get a discount code with anechoic. If you've been watching my other feeds, Alaskan, you get a discount code with them. I like the anechoic suppressor. I put it on. It was really quiet on my 22 Tipman, the rifle. It was not quiet, as quiet. It was still hearing safe. It's not as quiet on my 22 Smith and Wesson Victory. I'll have a bunch of shorts coming out with the anechoic right there. So is what it is. Oh, I'm in New York, so you'll be able to track deer in the snow. I get it. Yeah, all that lake effect snow off of Lake Erie. Yeah, you should be able to track deer in the snow. Sorry about your state being mostly communist from the city. So, yep, organ meat. Yep. Luminous Dave, if I can come out and caribou hunt with you this winter, you can have all the organ meat there I want. You just tell me. Can I come? Like, is there like a winter permit out there for non-natives? Let me know. Winchester Wildcat or Bergara? Get Bergara. Winchester Wildcat's not a bad gun, but the Bergara, yeah, there's no there's no fat there. What's your preferred caliber for bullet type for elk and moose? Well, I've only killed one moose, and it was with that gun, and that is a 6.5 by 284, which was very light, and I will use something heavier next time because I did have to put one in them after I crossed the swamp and gathered all my stuff across the swamp and got to them 20 minutes later or 15 minutes later, whatever it was, and I did have to put another one in the back of his neck. So wasn't real thrilled with my choice of caliber. That's the most accurate rifle I have, and I was going to hunt with it until I got something with it. So I just like, what the heck? The moose probably won't come out anyway. And then he came out and had four tines on this side right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That made him legal. Even that small little tine that made him legal. So there we go. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. If you watch my feed, I have a link to Sandwich Central. They have a deal on 22 suppressors you can get for free. Here's a pretty good 22 LR. Yeah. So if you buy one of their 30 caliber or 45 caliber Banish line, you can get a free Banish 22 right now. So that is what it is. So 22 can. So Us upstaters don't claim the real floating piles of trash. Long Island and Manhattan. There you go. There you go. AD, I feed my dogs the best food. They get my bison, ducks, and deer, and they love sliced deer heart cooked in light oil. Alaskan wife won't touch the organ meat, so we don't waste it. There you go. Luminous Dave. It's been tempting to shoot my dad's 22 pump action. I think it's from Remington. There you go. Why wouldn't you shoot it? Yeah, no, it's going on. That Hotep, that sale is going on right now. It's on, if you were on my AK Twitter feed, you could scroll down and see it today. Again, everybody needs to go check out my Twitter feed because Twitter X feed, whatever you want to call it, X is limiting me. I can't follow new people until I get enough followers. So I need everybody who doesn't follow me on Twitter X to go follow me. I need like 400 people that watch this. Like by tomorrow, I'll have 400 people watch this, and they will do that. All right, man. The party has started now. Centerfire Go Boom has arrived. He's going to ask really good questions. So the party is now started. So there it is. Quote, it is his, and he said no. Oh, that's a good reason not to shoot it. Yeah. That's a good reason. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So, let me go back up and answer the question. No name. Sorry, no name. I got off on talking about that, and yeah, I wouldn't shoot. My preferred caliber for elk and moose is my 7 millimeter rim mag now, and I shoot Barnes LRX, and just everything that likes it, I'll shoot Barnes LRX, and it'll be my favorite bullet type is the LRX because it will expand out to reasonable ranges. Killed a with the 139 factory in my 7 mag. I killed a cow caribou right through the heart at 459 yards. About an 8 mile an hour wind and all that kind of stuff. So it was good. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, I would say caliber. If I had to get one caliber to do everything, it'd be 300 Winchester Magnum, and the one bullet to do everything would be Federal Terminal Ascent, Barnes LRX, Nosler Accubon Long Range 190 grain, Hornady CX 190 grain. Any of those bullets would do great. Nosler Partition, North Fork SS, all of those are great bullets. So okay, Pump Henry. How come you don't like the 270 Winchester? I've had a bunch of 270s, and every single one of them, including the one I currently own for my wife, um, you have to reload longer than the magazine for the rounds to get near the chamber, near the lands of the rifling, to get any real pinpoint accuracy out of it. There's not a match grade chamber. You don't have to do that with 6.5 PRC or 308 or 300 Win Mag or even 30-06 most of the times because there's not all those have a match a history to them. And so there's that. And then secondly, it's just like if I want to use a 130 grain bullet, I can get faster in 6.5 PRC. I can get faster in 7 millimeter rim mag. I can get faster in 308 Winchester than I can with a 130 grain Barnes. Look it up on the Barnes hand loading site. I promise you, 308 Winchester, get the 130 grain can go faster. So it is what it is. Just traded into a Ruger Precision 338 Lapua. Need a scope now. We need to go shoot that, dude. You live here in Alaska? Or are you you're in Georgia, aren't you, J Dog? Is that Jamie? I don't remember who that is. If you lived in there, there you go. Looking at 7X round nose. There you go. Where were you down south? When you were down south, did you carry binos or rangefinder with you? If so, what magnification? Generally, I only carry a rangefinder with me now for weight savings, but I have 10 by 42s binoculars that I did carry on my last trip. I like binoculars and rangefinder. So that's that. If I got a really nice scope, kind of is what it is. Nice, thank you. You're welcome. Sorry, I had to go back there. But yeah, I got a 7X Sig Kilo 2000. It's a great rangefinder. So yes, I do have a 22 Magnum, and they're great. Get one. No, the 22 arc will not make a staple in the shooting world. They're trying to pass it off as more powerful than 22 250, and it's just not. It's complete and total lie. So have a good one, Justin. All right. So best grain weight for 30-06 for deer and hog. Again, grain weight does not matter. Bullet construction matters. And then the grain weight matters within that same bullet construction. So TTSX is going to be the best for tier and hog. You would probably want to go 130 or 150 grain for speed in case you are shooting at long distances, because all coppers tend to not open up as much at long distances. So because they need speed, bullet speed to open up. So is what it is. Okay, you're in Wisconsin. Sorry, J Dog. Thought you were someone else, but I appreciate it. I know you've been here before, so I love your channel emoji there. Is that a 1911 with a compensator? It looks awesome. What do you think the upper limit of game for 7.60 by 39 would be? As far as what the round can do itself, probably the upper limit would be like small moose, big caribou. But the distance that you get in the AK-47, sorry, got to wipe something off the screen here. The distance that you get on the AK-47 or the SKS or even a bolt action, the distance and the speed, like you have to stock up for those. I would say I wouldn't hunt more than deer in thick woods with it or black bear at a bait station, but that's kind of where I'm at. Um, I wouldn't hunt more than that. Could it kill bigger? Yes, yes, it could. All right, good soft point to the back of a moose's neck right there. Yeah, it's going to go down, but realistically, black bear and white-tailed deer is where I draw the line. What's up, Joshua Grantland? How you doing, brother? All right. Why haven't anyone make a 270 Creekmore or whatever they want to call it? They do. It's called the 6.8 Western. Yeah, that's what it's called. 6.8 Western. It's just a little bit more Magnum, more like the PRC, and all it really is a 270 WSM with a better case angle and a faster twist rate in the barrel. So again, grain weight doesn't matter if you're not taking into account bullet construction. Yeah, there you go. Who's shooting a 22 arc at 1,000+ yards anyway? 338 arc. Are they looking to replace the 300 blackout? Yes, yes they are. Yes they are. I hadn't even seen ammo for the 338 um, blackout yet. The 338 blackout, the short action caliber, not the intermediate action caliber. And so yeah, I hadn't even seen 338 blackout ammo yet. So I've been debating on a 338 blackout because I got these suppressors now, or just the box here, YouTube. And so like I've been thinking 338 blackout because then I could hunt reasonable game at reasonable distances with the suppressed. But to be honest with you, when I'm hunting, I just take my whatever gun that those fit on really well. So don't worry about the sound. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, we're almost done, but you have made it. You are here. It counts. I know that you were thinking of me. There we go. So again, don't forget to go to my Twitter X page. I need everybody to sign up on it's at AK Ballistics. AK capital letters, capital B, and then Holistics, spelled out. New York is going to ban lead bullets for hunting, so I'm wondering if copper, TUI, or stream penetrators will do the job on deer. Yes, they will. They will do a great job on deer. I would still go to a Barnes TTSX, unless, of course, you're shooting with a pistol. The copper, TUI, and extreme penetrators are for pistols. Everything else, use a TTS. Yeah, 8.6 black. Yeah, that's what I meant. 300 blackout isn't even a decade old. That's not true. It's over a decade old. So again, Hotep is putting it out there. Make sure you check us out, x.com/AK Ballistics. There we go. Hotep, you are a great person with that wrench. So, yep, it actually came from the 300 Whisper, and I think AAC bought it. But I think if you bought an old box of 300 Whisper, it fits in a blackout. Am I right, J Dog? J Dog, tell me if I'm right. Yeah, extreme penetration fine. Here we go. Theoretically speaking, a 243 grain, 80 grain, moving at 33 feet, 100 feet per second would be more devastating on meat than a 2400 feet per second, 30-30. If both are using similar bullet construction. In theory, yeah. It really depends on where you hit it. So, which one's going to knock them down faster? Also depends on where you hit it. Like kind of is what it is. So, yep, 300 Whisper. I just saw 338 blackout for $3 per round. Yeah, I just bought 50 BMG for $3 a round. So like that's why I'm not like doing that. I'm thinking of after the performance of both my anechoic and my silencer um, after the performance on um, the 300 blackout the other day, which if you hadn't seen those shorts, it's because you're not on my Patreon. It's that simple. Or on my MeWe. So there is that. Uh, Given that the other day, and the performance they had, like I think I'm going to get a 300 blackout instead of a 338 blackout or 86 blackout as they call it. There you go. With factory rounds, 6.5 PRC is not going to be as fast with factory rounds, which sucks because you can reload it a lot faster. I would go 6.5 PRC because of the match grade chambers, and I think it's around here to stick and stay, unlike 270, which has only been around for like 120 years, or whatever it's been. Um, you know, I think 270 is going to go down, and 6.5 PRC is going to go up, but I could be totally wrong and misplaced on that. That's just my emotional thinking there. But yeah, I would do that. So also, Norma makes bullets that are made with some type of tin alloy. Cool. You'll have to email me those. Good 300 blackout barrel. What's a good speedometer? Speedometer. Are you talking chronograph? What's a good chronograph? I don't know what you mean by speedometer. I guess you're talking chronograph. I would get you get you get the GoPro, or not the GoPro, the Garmin. Get the Garmin chronograph, the Garmin X0. You need, yeah, that's the one to have. Yeah, that's the issue with PRC is they're trying to make their money off of you. But I'm a hand loader, and Centerfire Go Boom, you need to be a hand loader too. So this is what it is. Yep. Get the Garmin. The Garmin X0 is the only one to buy. Buy once, cry once. There you go. Yes, it is absolutely the stuff. Yes, it is. The Garmin is absolutely the stuff. It is the best chronograph ever invented. So help me God. So, um, yeah, it is awesome. All right. Um, there is not another chronograph that you should ever use besides that Garmin. But, so kind of is what it is. So anyway, well, it's been almost an hour. So get those final questions and anything y'all want to talk about, and we'll probably end it here in about 5 or 10 minutes. So that. Objectively, the 4570 should have gone the way of the Dodo, but it's still held on. If a cartridge holds much love in people's hearts, it will persist. In response to the 270 comment, yeah, there is that, but the 4570 had a unique comeback. Like it was gone in the 70s and 60s and 70s. Nobody wanted it, but when Marlin made that lever action for bear defense that could take plus P heavy rounds, that's when that thing came back. Like when Marlin first, like in the 80s and 90s, when they first made that what was it called, the not the guy gun, but the trapper and all that kind of stuff. When Marlin made that, they brought the 4570 back, and the 444 Marlin was in it, and the 450 Marlin was in it, and that's that. Ruger American or Savage 110. If you want a higher quality gun that isn't going to break on you, Ruger American. If you want a more accurate gun, Savage 110. There you go, brother. Hope that makes it for you. The American 2 is much nicer too. By the way, my local has 180 grain core locks for 30.6 for 22.99. Tempting to buy a new 30.6. There you go. Why do you need a new 30.6? Yeah, depending on the next few years go, you might have to hand load it to shore up your stockpile. That's for sure. Thanks for the chat. Yep, I'm glad 10 millimeter didn't die. Me too. Me too. Power shock versus fusion on right tail. Fusion every time. Fusion. I mean, whichever's more accurate in your rifle, but fusion's going to stay together. That power shock will often jacket separate, especially in faster cartridges, which we demonstrated on the last 7 millimeter Remington Magnum versus 300 Winchester Magnum video. Fair point, but the option was out there for the 5110 cartridge, which would be a great bear stopper. It would be, but the 5110 is too long for most lever action, so Marlin didn't make it. Like you have to make a longer action on that because it's a 110 grain is the length. The 50 is the diameter, and the 110 grain was the 110 grain was that's how many grains of black powder it can hold, and so you had a longer cartridge to hold more powder. It wasn't like 110 millimeters like we think of today, but it was yeah. there was that. So I mean, 50 BMG is an option for bear defense, but you know, you can't carry a gun. You can't carry a pointable gun in it either. So yeah, yeah. Lever guns 50. If you watch this tomorrow, you need to come up here and shoot a moose with your 5110. So 10 millimeter got popular because people started using it for bear protection up here, and it was documented to work up here anyway. But let's do that. I'm still waiting for that 5562 video. I don't even have that video on my radar right now, brother. I had the box of ammo. I'm looking at it over there. We'll have to figure that out. So I got the trapper flamethrower. There you go. You should mount one of those flamethrowers on the bottom of the trapper. There you go. With factory about 50 to 125 feet per second below what the factory listed as in a 22-inch barrel. Sometimes I get right at it though. It just depends on what powder they're using with that lot number. I love the story of the 44 mag. Man made a strong round, but every frame cracked have exploded. Yeah, they had to make a stronger round. There you go. Got a G29 on layaway. There you go, brother. Got a good one. That's a great backup gun. All right. Well, ammo prices go up next week. That depends on who gets elected. You know that. You know that. I know that. You know, if Kamala gets elected, she'll be the best gun salesman ever, next to Obama. So if you don't know what I mean by that, yeah, I hope not either. But yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night. I will see y'all next Tuesday for, I guess, election coverage. We'll have election coverage chat and see how it is. But you know, let me know if y'all want to get in on that. And yeah, is that something you want? Yep, there you go. Yeah, Winchester is going to be plus 14% no matter what. So, yep. And I'm sorry, I am not going to send a link out to ammo for 5.56 that's above 50 cents a round. I will never send one out that's above 50 cents a round. Um, so, like, you may not see me putting the links out for ammo as much. I'm buying 7.62 by 39. Time to invest in ammo companies. The other thing was, though, the Trump slump was real, guys. Like, that's when you were seeing stuff at PSA for $100 less than it is now. Like, they're like the Trump slump was real. So, you know, kind of is what it is. Yeah, y'all got to do that. So, yep. Centerfire, go boom. Get your hand loading stuff now. Just get your hand loading stuff. Start with primers and powders that you might want to try in the rifles you want to try them. Buy you a manual or download the Barnes data for the calibers you want to try. Get your reloading stuff now. So definitely a good idea. All right, guys, go over to my Twitter X feed. Make sure you like and follow me there. Don't forget my arms directory, which I'll put in the chat here as well, which is at the top of the chat. Don't forget to go watch my latest shorts, which YouTube is shadow banning. So go watch those. Guys, God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range. Godspeed and good hunting to all of y'all.